I'm the nominee of this party because millions of Democrats like you just voted for me in primaries all across America. You voted for me to be your nominee, no one else. You, the voters did that. And despite that some folks don't seem to care who you voted for, well, guess what? They're trying to push me out of the race. No! Well, let me say this as clearly as I can. I'm staying in the race.
That was July 5th. That wasn't the case. Whether he knew it or not, the scheme of the century was rapidly brewing behind closed doors. Kamala, the elite Democrat donors, and of course, the mega corporate media, they had other plans. Sure enough, in no time at all, the coverage again, it shifted.
I think it's a really good campaign, and people really like her. She's gotten to be a really gifted Obama-level orator.
And by the way, we're not going to get boxed in with these old metaphors or these old labels of right versus left. She has to tell the American people this is who she is and what she envisions for the country.
Knowing that it's not a level playing field, Kamala Harris, as a black woman, as an Indian woman, as the child of two immigrants, she knows that America has never been a level playing field, yet she plays the game very well.
The way you communicate presidential campaigns is also a little different in the TikTok era from the way it was in the network television.
And I think what the Harris-Walz campaign is doing very well is that they have this positive vision for the future that they are, I think, adequately articulating.
She's strong in that regard officially, and politically she's very astute, and people just don't realize that.
Does anyone remember what media used to say about Kamala Harris before this all happened? They said she was awful. But Kamala Harris is now the Democrats' knight in shining a rainbow-colored armor. The DEI, anti-American, pro-crime Californian, the VP that only drew headlines for her historic unpopularity. She was the left's new selection, the defender of democracy now, who so democratically inserted herself into an active presidential race. Had the media blowing smoke at full force, every person in every state was fed a fabricated tale about this woman's abilities. They told us all about her past in California and how she had so much influence on a positive change as Biden's partner in crime. Speaking of Biden, the media shifted from saying goodbye to Joe to honoring him as some sort of hero. The honorable, noble patriot Joe Biden, the man who cares so much about the United States, look at our border, that he would selflessly step aside and throw his weight behind a new candidate who could carry the torch into tomorrow. How about this? He would lose. Folks, that's total and complete BS. Joe can barely walk or talk. He's going to ride off into the sunsets with a long beach weekend every single weekend down in Rehoboth. He's not the incredible martyr that the Democrat media makes him out to be. Look at our country now. But I'm sure you all know that. And even the Democrat media has cooled on that narrative as they shift total focus to Kamala's campaign. And this brings me to the next stage of the media's wildly destructive lie-filled 2024, which came when they introduced another amazing patriot, Governor Tim Walz of Minnesota, to the American people.
Here's a guy, he ice fishes, he's a hunter, he does butter carving, which, again, is not such a popular thing in urban areas. I mean, he's really a sort of, he is a rural person, and he went to college on the GI Bill. He was the highest ranking enlisted man. This is a person who is really part of this rural America. And so I really do think, I sort of thought in my head, this guy, he really is kind of a rural American success story.
Oh boy, this is a stretch. All-American Timmy, the outdoorsman, the football coach, the man who is the perfect yin and yang to Kamala. MSNBC sure made him sound like a great dude. Of course, we very quickly learned that Governor Walz was a total fraud. He embellished his service and abandoned his country when it needed him most. That's saying nothing about how this happened, destroying his state as governor and let its major city burn while he escaped to the comfort of the taxpayer-funded ivory tower. Yet the media didn't mention any of this. Wonder why? Fortunately, most of America knows how to use the internet and came to these conclusions on their own. Speaking of the internet, This brings me yet to another level of Democrat manipulation. We learned earlier this week that Kamala Harris and her devious team have been reportedly editing headlines in favor to make it seem like news outlets are actually on her side. I cannot believe this is even happening. This is total manipulation of the press. This is the type of fraudulent garbage that swings elections. It's Banana Republic stuff. This can't be happening in the United States of America, and yet it is legal, according to Google, how this all works. As bad as this all may be, though, it does fortunately seem like people are aware of the media games being played through their televisions. Look at this incredible exchange between media puppets, Caitlin Collins of CNN and Stephen Colbert of The Late Show, and pay attention to the crowd's reaction when Colbert asks her this.
I know you guys are objective over there, that you just report the news as it is. Oh, I know. CNN makes a... I know.
Is that supposed to be a laugh line?
It wasn't supposed to be, but I guess it is.
It's pretty funny. Folks, they laughed in their faces. Not even Colbert audience could keep a straight face when CNN and objective were used in the same sentence. Real Americans are not stupid. We are not blind. Folks, the Kamala Harris experience is nothing more than a media fairy tale. That's what it is. It's a total illusion created by the overpaid fake journalists across the aisle. The maniacs, they've done their absolute best scrubbing Kamala's vice presidential record of any accountability. They've told America that she was never the border czar, even though she was. They refuse to pin any of the blame on her when it comes to crime or the drug epidemic or the economy. In the eyes of the mainstream media, all of a sudden, Kamala Harris is a gift from above, sent down from above. This is exactly why America needs to do its research before voting this fall. It's imperative. As much as the media has gushed over Kamala, I find it remarkable that none of these egomaniacs are offended by the fact that she refuses still, after nearly a month, to sit down with any of them to answer a single question. That is because they are part of the machine. I mean, I'm sure the Democrat wait list to interview Kamala Harris probably goes around the entire planet Earth at this point, but none of them showing their true feelings. None of them are. Just like they did with Joe. By doing this, Kamala is following in Biden's footsteps, running a completely silent basement campaign, only with a prompter. She goes out in public. By hiding her face and closing her mouth, Americans are not afforded the opportunity to catch her many flaws. And we all know about her campaign to lead the free world is what the left-wing media tells us. This is extremely to the left. This woman has the entire country fooled, folks. We are talking about a dangerously liberal human being, someone who has now resorted to quoting some of Trump's policies now, as she herself tries to backtrack on every comment that she has ever made. Kamala Harris, she's worse than Joe Biden. His cluelessness came with age. Hers is genuine incompetence. We're facing the most important decision our nation's history has probably ever had, and it is absolutely essential that we all tune out the mainstream media noise and vote based on what is best for the future of our country. America, trust me, it will become unrecognizable if we choose otherwise.